Let's begin. We all know all the members present here. Good morning to the sponsors and guests. Good morning, online friends. My name is Rajinder Kaur and I am your Sergeant at Arms. And I welcome you to my 21st meeting of Indian Masters. Gautam Buddha once said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Isn't it true? Now let's move to the four core values of Toastmasters, which is integrity, service, respect, and excellence. To help us stay focused on our goals, let us remind ourselves of our club's mission. Mission of our club. Mission of our club is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment for all the members to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I would like to mention a few ground rules we follow during the meeting. Please avoid sensitive topics such as sex, politics, and religion. Put your phones on silent mode and avoid enter or exit the room. Do that only during the applause to avoid distraction. Refrain from speaking. Refrain from speaking when another member is delivering their speech or is on the stage. If you are joining online, kindly add PM or guest before your name for easy identification. Keep your microphone muted when you are not speaking. If you have any technical problems, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. Now, without any further delay, let me introduce to our club's president. She holds a postgraduate degree and is dedicated teacher and also guides underprivileged children, believing that education can make a positive difference in their lives. She enjoyed listening to music, but in her younger days, she also enjoyed riding bikes, reflecting her adventurous spirit. Known for her discipline, punctuality, and commitment, she served our club as Sergeant at Arms for two consecutive terms. Today, she began a new journey as a president. She is our new president with sincere desire to help every member learn, grow, and become better communicators and leaders. Please give a warm virtual and physical welcome to our club president, Toastmaster Shri. Their instruction and a lovely introduction. Please give a huge round of applause to our club. Let me as I am here as a EC member, I am Toastmaster Shirin. I declare this meeting open. This is meeting number 581. Friends, this is Invictus Toastmaster Club. Our club is hybrid club. So let us make sure that our online friends feel equally seen, heard, and included throughout the meeting. Right? Now I would like to begin our meeting with a beautiful, inspiring story of a legendary music director of Hindi music industry, Upi Nayyar. He was born in a conservative family. His mother encouraged his love for music, but his father never approved it. One author beautifully described it. He started his melody with one musical instrument, and one by one he adds another musical instruments to create a melody until it became a masterpiece. We enjoy his music. His music inspired generations. I like his journey. I inspired by his journey. In one interview, he recalled, at one night I came very late from after spending many hours at a village fair. Lost in folk song, music, and dance, completely unaware of the time.
That night, my father gave me a good thrashing. But the next day, I was right back at the fair. And to me, this reminds us that great achievement begins when passion leads with commitment and consistent perseverance. Friends, let me let me tell you the English version of a beautiful song of this music director. This song was included as a part of the NCRT book for many years. This song is, please listen and I will ask a question. Join hands together. One person alone may grow tired, but together we can overcome every challenge. Together we can build, create, and achieve what may seem impossible. When we work as one team, no goal is beyond our reach. What is this song? If anyone from Nayador movie 1950. So friends, now it is time, my privilege to welcome our guest, present here and online. I want to invite our guests to briefly introduce themselves. Like we have Shweta here. So please share your name, what you do, where are you from, and how you came to know about Toastmaster, and what you hope to gain from this meeting. Here. Conference and protocol services. So I live in Delhi, sir. When I heard about this group online, I was going through a Facebook page and I heard people talking about this page where I learned that people come here to express their views more clearly, to communicate in a better way, to connect with other people. So I shared a similar goal. I wish to improve my communication skills a little more better. I should communicate in a better way. So that is my goal. That is the reason I've come here. Looking forward to learning from all of you. Thank you so much. Thanks. Very good. We have one guest online as well. Guest.
Sorry to interrupt, but is it just me or no one can hear the offline members properly?
Yeah, I cannot
Yeah,
hear.
Yeah,
same.
I think you need to be closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Are we audible right now?
Yes.
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 You are in front of the mic, that's why you are audible.
I think Toastmaster Shireen, you need to be a little closer to the table. I think that would be better. Okay.
Have online to guest Ishan, I guess. Please come forward and introduce yourself. Toastmaster Sangeeta, please help me identify the guest.
Yes. So we have guest Vishen. Please, could you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah. Good afternoon to all. My name is Vishen Kumar. I am practicing in CAT as a advocate. So I want to become a good speaker in courtroom. So that's why I joined this session.
Any other guest?
Thank you.
Yes, we have guest.
Manjari, I'm from Coimbatore. I'm a permaculture practitioner and I've joined this group to improve my communication skills. And I look forward to learn a lot from all of you. Thank you.
We have another guest, Ankur. Guest Ankur, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Ankur. I'm from Delhi, and I am a product person in technology. I have joined the group to connect with people, to express myself, to also become a better and more structured speaker, and yes, to meet people. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
For time, the best place for improving our communication. Is our guest Toastmaster Sangeeta?
No, there are no other guests, but I think so. Your voice is still muffled.
Okay. So, what we do to resolve this? Now it is clear, Sangeeta? Thank you. Every guest and every member for joining us here. Now it is time for our team out to come here. So our team out believes that people, if people have confidence, clarity, and positive self-image, we can achieve anyone can achieve their full potential. As a life coach and a certified corporate numerologist, she helps people doing just like that. So please welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajinder.
Sharing my screen. Online participants, please confirm if it is visible.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Good morning once again. Are we ready for today's theme? Online sense, are we ready for today's theme? Great. So now I want to begin with a simple question. How many of you are aware of this term spectator syndrome? Great. I can see two hands raised up. Online friends, Sangeeta's hand is raised up. All right. I'll make sure those who are aware, I'll give them a good revision. And rest, all of us will have a happy learning experience. Now, are you aware of few characters in the movies who are there for the sake of story, supporting the main character? They don't have any potential role. You must have seen those characters in the movies, correct? Now, just imagine you are the same background character in your own life's movie. Would you not just hate it? Correct? So, when we are not taking responsibility of our own life, we are playing at the background of our story. Now, I'll make the question good. How many of you feel that you are an absolute hero of your movie, who take every possible action to fulfill each and every goal and make his life better? I see one, two, three, four hands raised up. Online members, are you absolute hero of your movie? You take action in every goal of your life? Great. Now, when I say goals, I do not mean one or two goals. I mean almost every goal. Goal related to relationship, goal related to health, goal related to education, job, and maybe your recreational activities. Now I want you to raise hand. Are we all working in every area of our life? No hand? Okay. Any online member? Are we working in each and every area of our life? All right. I don't see any hand raised here because even I am also, if I'm working on certain area, I'm also struggling in some other area. That we understand. Now we have to understand this to make our life better. We have to take action towards our goal, but we do not take very first step towards our goal, and we end up feeling that our life is shaped by the circumstances around us, and we keep riding along the flow of life, and we never try to change the course. And we feel that wherever our life takes us, we go with it. And in the end, we lose control. Now, the question comes to when we are not taking action in our life, and by the way, this is known as spectator syndrome. It is a state in which we live our life in a very passive state. We do not take any decision. We have just observational role. We are just observing our life. Our decisions have been taken by somebody else, and we are just following them, and we are going with the flow, and we don't have the. So now what we can do is now when we don't take action in our lives, we think that we are saving a lot of energy, right? And it is not the case. There's a sense. When we do not take action in our life, we end up spending more energy because we are ensuring that nothing goes wrong. And we keep ourselves up from not crashing. In that way, we are putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy. While on the other hand, if someone takes a quick action, he makes decisions, he moves on with life, and he is active in a fresh mode. So it is better to take actions in our life, correct? So I'll give you a very good example to make it clear what I mean. During our childhood days, you must have remembered that when our teacher asked us questions and we did not know the answer, what we used to do, we tried to put our head down, our palms sweaty, our speaking fast, we tried to avoid the eye contact, maybe fidgeting with pencil, and that was sort of an issue, correct? While the other student, he raised his hand, answered the question, got the applause and appreciation. So any person who is active, is taking decision, he is not the spectator of his life. He is an active participant in it. And if we really wish to make our life better, we have to become active participants. And for doing that, we have to realize and see in our lives that in which area are we spectating? In which area of our life do we have this syndrome? Just think about it. I didn't want you all of you to think about it. Your relationship, education, career, and friendship, or any aspect. Just think about it. And think where you are lacking. And that area, just make it a priority and keep working on that from now. So I hope I have made this spectator syndrome term very clear. Those who did not know what it was. Now, the next part I'll cover in the second part. Now it's time for me to begin the meeting. And to tell you the structure of the meeting, we have 3 sections of the meeting. First is the guest speeches, and then we go to table topic speeches, followed by evaluation. So before beginning the speaking section, I would like to call the general evaluator of the meeting. I'm sorry, I want to know who the general evaluator is. Can we please thank Toastmaster Laksh on stage, who is the general evaluator of today's meeting? Toastmaster Laksh.
Am I audible and visible both? Okay. So good morning to all the Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Laksh Kidra and I'll be serving as the general evaluator for today's meeting. And as the general evaluator, it is my responsibility to evaluate not only the speeches, but in fact the entire meeting as a whole. And all of us know that Toastmasters is based upon learning by doing. And so giving speeches is one thing, but without feedback, I think the speeches are still incomplete. And there is a bridge between evaluation and speech, and this bridges between speaking and improving. So today I'll be evaluating the entire meeting, and I'll not only be finding the faults, I'll be giving constructive feedback and criticism as well at the end of the meeting. And to help me with my remote report, I have my tag team as well. Tag and L team, I would say. Tag and L team refers to timer, our counter, grammarian, and the listener of today's meeting. So to start with, I have today's timer, who is Toastmaster Johnny.
All the Toastmaster and guests, I'm playing timer role today. My role is to help us practice time management and run the meetings as per the schedule. So I will take the time for prepared speeches, evaluation, and the table topic. So the table topic is the maximum time allotted for 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show red card. For prepared speeches, the maximum time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. For 5 minutes, I will show green card. 6 minutes, I will show yellow card. And 7 minutes, I will show red. For evaluations, for evaluations, I will the maximum time is allotted for 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show red card. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Johnny. One thing I would like to mention, the offline members, when you come up on the stage, please remember to stand as close as you can to the table because it helps us listen properly. Next up, we have, yes, Toastmaster Rajinder, you want to say something?
Taking is it difficult? So, offline
No,
members.
a little closer to the table.
All right. Good. Is
Yes,
it
I think
okay?
this
We
is
can.
good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. Next up, we have the R counter for today's meeting, who is Toastmaster Shubhodh.
Morning, members and online members. I'm Subodh, and I'm the counter of today meeting. Actually, many of person use filler words and repeating words in their speech. And these words can distract the audience and reduce impact to your message. So here are some tips to reduce them. Like I'm also using these tips, like pause before speaking sentences, and practice your speech loud, and slow down your speaking pace, and memorize your key points of your. So I will present my report the end of this meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subodh. Up next, we have the grammarian of for today's meeting, who is Toastmaster Aman.
Give me a moment. I've shared my screen. Please confirm if it is visible. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah. It's still morning. Good morning, everyone. I am the grammarian for today's meeting, and I'll be observing all of you when you speak here and making a note of the good uses and also not so good uses of grammar during your speech. One thing that I want to tell all of you is that the best way to improve grammar is through practice, through reading, time and effort. It's not something that we develop overnight. Don't lose your heart if you make mistakes when you're speaking here. Be fine and be normal, and that is why we all are here. Now, coming to the word of the day. As you can see, the word of the day is complacent, and it means that a tendency when we are becoming very, uh, you know, self-satisfied in ourselves. We do not want to improve much. We become sometimes even lazy or overconfident. It has slightly negative connotation. If someone says this word to you, then maybe it's one area that you need to work upon. And this is an adjective, and complacency would be the noun of the same word. You can use either of it. Then, example, the coach advised the team not to become complacent after a few early wins. And we also have the idiom of the day, which is sitting on the fence, which is very similar to the word of the day, but there is a slight difference. I'll come to that. Sitting on the fence means when you are being little passive, not taking any decision in order to avoid risk or taking one side. Now, this word is neutral, or I would even say can be positive also, depending on the context. So, I encourage all of you to use the word of the day, idiom of the day, and as a ritual that we follow in Toastmasters, please show your thumbs up anytime the speaker uses it, and I'll be presenting my report in the end when called upon by the General Evaluator Toastmaster Lunch. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aman. Now, we have the listener for today's meeting, who is Toastmaster Yuvraj. He has joined us online.
Good morning, everyone present here. I am the listener of today's meeting. What is listening? Listening means what the speaker is trying to say something, their speeches, and the main motive is to understand what is the intention and the emotion behind the speaker. There is a difference between listening and hearing. We are here for active listening. So I will just record this. I will just note down whatever a speaker has said, Timor, GE. Then I will ask the question at the end of the meeting to know whether you are active listening or not. Thank you, and over to the GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yuvraj. You suddenly uplifted the meeting's energy. Thank you for that. Now, this is the end of the introduction of the evaluators. Now, we'll be starting with the prepared speeches, and I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster Rajinder, who is the Toastmaster of the day.
All right, so now it's time to begin prepare speeches. And today we have three speakers, and among them we have one ice-breaking speech. So now let me call up on stage our first speaker, but before her, it's time to call her the evaluator. Toastmaster Bhavani is the evaluator of the speech of Toastmaster Sangeet. Toastmaster Bhavani, can we have a one on the stage? Very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So today the theme of the meeting is Spectator. So most of us, what we do is we sit back and we wait for someone to take action. And the person I'm going to introduce, she's someone who doesn't sit back and wait for others to take action. She is someone who has been a phenomenal leader. She has supported the whole Invictus in every possible area, I would say, whether it is conducting the meeting, whether it is any guidance, she's always there. And she's someone who has taken us from here to there, from achieving the 8 PCP goals to achieving the best fiddly of the club. And we have achieved everything possible. And today, let me get on to her speech details. Today, she is presenting a speech from Visionary Communication Pathway Level 1 project. The objective of this project is to learn or review the basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and deliver a well-organized speech. Her speech title is What Would Your Younger Self Ask You Today? Timer, please note down the time is 5 to 7 minutes. To invite the truly unstoppable leader, let's call the master of the day, Kaur. Thank you so much. Very rightly said, she's immediate past president of her club, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Sangeeta on stage. Her speech title is, What Would Your Younger Self Ask You Today? What would your younger self ask you today, Toastmaster Sangeeta?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder. Am I audible and visible to the offline members as well? Thank you, online members. Okay. Timer, please note, I'll just start it. When people asked you, what do you want to become? What did you say? Doctor? Engineer? Something impressive enough that your relatives could brag about it in your next family gathering? Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, that is a profession, a title, a label. But is it a child's dream? Somewhere between being a kid and being an adult, we stopped asking children what they want to become and started telling them what they should become. I want to take you to a short trip today, backward, to meet someone you probably haven't talked in years. Your younger self. So close your eyes for a moment, if you're comfortable doing that. Picture yourself as a kid, running around, not caring about deadlines, clothes a little dirty because you'd been out exploring, drawing something that makes absolutely no sense. But to you, it is a masterpiece. Now flip it around. The kid you are looking at right now, today, what do you think they would ask you? Probably not how much money do you make, probably not your job title, or how many followers do you have. Maybe they would ask, are you happy? Are you doing actually something that you love? That is not an easy question to answer. Everybody wakes up one morning and decides, hey, I want to be something. Nobody does that. Nobody wakes up one morning and decide, okay, today I stop dreaming. It happens with one compromise at a time, one be practical at a time. I was 5 years when I figured out that everyone around me had already planned my future for me. I was classic Sharma ji's daughter. You know the type. If you are from an Indian household, everyone had their own version of what I should become. One relative wanted to be a doctor, one an engineer, someone pilot with these eyes. Another one wanted something, a fancier sounding title. All of them meant well. They wanted me to succeed. But somewhere in the middle of everyone else's dreams for me, I had to make room for my own. And you know what is funny? At 5 years old, I had already decided what I actually wanted to do. Life happened after that, obviously. I tried different paths, made my share of mistakes, changed direction more than once. But I never let myself forget why I was doing any of it. Because curiosity isn't something we are supposed to outgrow. We are supposed to protect our own curiosity. So let me ask you honestly, how many of you turned out to be exactly what you said you would become as a kid? Maybe a few hands go up. For most of us, though, it's a different story. And that is not because we failed or we weren't capable enough. It is because life handed us responsibilities. Society handed us expectations. And fear, don't ask. It handed us a list of reasons to play it safe. Our dreams didn't disappear, they just went quiet, waiting for us to listen again. Think about how a kid operates. They don't worry about being judged. They don't think, what if people laugh at me? They just try things. They fall down, get up, try again. How many of you try again? Somewhere along the way, we became experts at building excuses instead, isn't it? I am too old for that now. I am too busy. It's too late to start. Our younger self would probably just look at us and ask, why did you stop believing in yourself? I am not saying we need to become children again. Obviously not. Someone has to pay bills. But that kid was carrying something that's worth reconnecting with: curiosity, courage, imagination, the ability to dream without calculating every possible way it could go wrong. Because life isn't about being successful or only about achieving marks. It is also about staying yourself. Here is a question I want you all to be sitting with. If your younger self met you today, would they recognize you? Would they see the same excitement in your eyes? Would they be proud of who you turned into? If the honest answer isn't quite what you hoped, that's okay. The story isn't finished. You can still pick up a forgotten dream. You can still choose something different. You can begin your hobby from today. After the meeting, definitely. Don't go. And you can still begin anytime. Next time someone asks you, what do you want to become? Just don't answer with a job title. Ask yourself first, what did the younger me actually want? Because maybe the biggest achievement isn't becoming someone the world applauds. Maybe it is becoming someone your 5-year-old self would be proud to meet. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajinder.
What an amazing speech. My 5 years old self would be proud of me because I've always dreamed of teaching and standing in front of audience, and guess what I'm doing today. So now it's time for us to give a feedback to Toastmaster Sangeeta's speech on guest book. Can we, timer, please tell me after 1 minute. So we have 1 minute to give feedback to Toastmaster Sangeeta's speech. Yes. All right, the time is up. So now, in the speech, Toastmaster Sangeeta said, we should never outgrow our curiosity. And I'm so curious to know that what will our Toastmaster Pooja, she has a speech now. What will she speak in her icebreaker speech? So let me call up on stage
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajinder, for calling me up on the stage. Just a sec. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. It's my privilege to serve as an evaluator for Toastmaster Pooja. Today, as she delivers her icebreaker speech, the title is Test Your Limits. It's Level 1 Presentation Mastery, where the objective is to spend beyond the comfort zone and build confidence and independence as a speaker. As an evaluator, I will be listening not only to the message, but also observing how effectively the speaker connects with the audience, organize their speech, and deliver it with confidence. Timer, please note the time. The time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. I have one request from everyone. Let's encourage our speaker with our full attention during the speech. And at the end, let's celebrate this milestone with a big round of applause. And our club tradition, a standing ovation. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajendra.
Namra. So it's time for me to invite Master Pooja first speech, and I would encourage each one of you that after the speech, we will give a standing ovation. Toastmaster Pooja. Test your limits. Test your limits, Toastmaster Pooja.
Hi, morning, fellow online members. My name is Pooja, and this is my icebreaker speech. And as you can say, it's my first speech ever. So my name is Pooja, and I am born and brought up. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I completed my education from Delhi University. So, due to some circumstances, I have to work early in my life. So in 2005, I joined operation department at Air India in 2005, where my work is to ensure smooth operations and timely operation of our flight. Then in 2007, I went on a trip to Dehradun where I met my husband, and within a week, I got engaged. And after marriage, we moved to Delhi. Then my son was born, and due to take care of my son, I never follow my dreams and passion because of my responsibility. So now he's 18. Then I thought that I have to do something for myself. Then I joined Toastmasters, and in Toastmaster, I feel very good, very positive, taking very positive environment, very positive feedback. So I have to share one experience with you all. I always wanted to do the solo trip. So after the marriage, now previous I think 2-3 months back, I will go for solo trip to Kochi. First, when I planned. I feel very okay. I feel very nervous to how I can go, how I can plan, how I planned a trip, my trip, because I used to go with our family. But now I have to plan my whole itinerary, my whole sole responsibility. I have to pack my bags, book my tickets, plan my itinerary, book my hotels, and then I planned whole wholly. But it first I felt challenging. It felt very challenging. But as journey progressed, I feel that I am capable of handling anything. So when I meet people there, I feel very good. I take their perspectives. I know new people. then you new cuisine, new culture. Sometimes I feel lonely, but I feel no, it's good for me. I felt confident and independent also. Uh, when I The most important lesson I learned about myself is that when we travel alone, I am thinking of myself. I keep thinking my own thoughts. I step out of my comfort zone and test my limits. So that's why I pick up this Toastmasters, and my solo trip helped me become more confident and independent. I come back with not photographs but unforgettable memories and self-discovery, confidence. I would like to share this with share one message. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. To improve,
Now, can you please have feedback for the speaking Toastmasters guest group? All right, so now it's time for me to invite our third speaker. Our third speaker is someone who is one of my role models in Toastmasters. He is very dedicated and leads by example. So he's Toastmaster Deepak. And before I call him up on stage, then we have Toastmaster Tanish, who is the evaluator. Toastmaster Tanish.
Toastmaster Namraj, Toastmaster Laksh, Toastmaster Yuvraj, Guest Ankur, Guest Vishant, Toastmaster Shraddha Varudha, and Guest Pradeep. Can you please switch on your cameras, please? A good speaker, Toastmaster Deepak, is a very experienced Toastmaster. He's been a Toastmaster for the last 9 years. He's a very dedicated scholar and one of the most biggest mentor of my Toastmaster journey. He's going to give a speech today on a title, The Art of Under-Promising and Over-Delivering. This pathway it's his third pathway, engaging humor. Project 2, Project 3 and Level 2. Timing, please note, speech timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. And speech objective is share expect time when he was protein to his experience with the mentor. Over to you.
Now, let's call upon stage Toastmaster Deepak. The art of under-promising and over-delivering. The art of under-promising and over
Yes, I can do that. Consider it done by tomorrow. If there was an election for the most promising politician in this room, I would win by a landslide. I was the undisputed king of the yes addicted to the shiny good impression. Promising the ocean while delivering a teaspoon. I once volunteered to be a speaker, grammarian, and the evaluator in one Toastmasters meeting. I walked onto the stage feeling like a superhero. But 5 minutes in, I realized I had forgotten my speech. I totally blanked on what was the word of the day, completely botched the idiom of the day. I looked like a man trying to play a twister while giving a lecture. I was sitting on the fence about whether I was a leader or just a well dressed circus clown. But I just kept saying yes. I was complacent in my habits, believing my charm would save me from my own chaos. My management team could no longer tolerate my yes man act. My manager was officially branded the wolf at the door. While I was sitting on the fence, terrified of offending anyone. She was asking the ruthless question, Deepak, is this the most important thing to do? We became an unlikely detective duo. She was Sherlock Holmes. I was Dr. Watson, stumbling around with duct tape and enthusiasm. But the frustration, it was real. She micromanaged everything from the font size of slides to the exact order of my bullet points. This should be first, this should be second, this should be third. My inbox became a support group. Colleagues would message me constantly venting about her constant challenging habit and the suffocating control. I became the president of the I Hate My Manager Club, complaining to everyone who would listen about her wolf nature. I remember one night I tried to fix a deadline by pulling an all-nighter. I ended up sending an email to the stakeholder with the subject line project attachment and attaching a selfie of myself half asleep instead of the file. Now, Peter Drucker once said, efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. When my line manager finally changed, the silence was deafening. Suddenly, there was no one to catch my mistakes. I realized then that while her micromanagement was infuriating, her wolf intensity had been the only thing keeping me from professional disaster. When you are complacent about your time, you are saying no to quality. She taught me that leaders must tolerate discomfort to master prioritization. The light bulb didn't just click. It shattered my ego. I replaced the empty yes with the disciplined let's prioritize. I recently led a team of graduates to an AI challenge win, not by sitting on the fence, but by teaching them the art of the bucket. Under promise, over deliver. That's what my manager used to say. Deepak, under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. I was like, my God, where she's come from. But then Maya Angelou once said, I have learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. but people will never forget how you made them feel. After moving away from my manager, she became my mentor. I reached out to her later on for guidance on my career journey. She helped me a lot. She made me felt like a student. She been my guru. You don't need a cheerleader always. You need a wolf who would challenge you, to help you grow, to come out of your mediocrity. When you find that mentor, my dear friends, who sharpens you, remember Kabir Das. He said that Guru Govind dono khade, kake lagu paye, balihari Guru aapki, Govind diyo milay. Which means if God and teacher is standing in front of you, who would you bow to? I would bow to the Guru, the teacher, because he made me meet the God. Because it's the teacher who guides us to the divine, the best version of ourselves. So, the next time you are tempted to play the politician and say, yes, I can do that, I challenge you to pause. Look them in the eye. Channel your inner detective and ask, is this the most important thing to do? And remember, under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Rajinder, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
All right, can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Vishwas since I was on? And he always over deliver. So now, can we have feedback for Toastmaster in our guest group? All right, great. So now I would like to ask our tech master, do we have poll for best speaker there? Toastmaster Yuvraj? Do we have poll for best speaker in the group?
The
Yes.
polls for the
Now
best
we can-
speaker is in the guest group. It's a request of online offline members to vote for the best speaker.
Please vote for your best speaker of today's. It's in the guest group. Yes. All right, the time is up. So moving to the next section of today's theme. We were talking about spectator syndrome. Now let's look at what are the reasons of us being in the spectator syndrome. But before that, let me ask you one question. How many of you have some pending decisions in your life? Online members, do you have pending decisions in your life? Nobody? All right. Is it true that you can't stop thinking about this? Because the mental tab is open, right? You have to do it, you have to do it, you're thinking about it, right? So now, let's see why we are in the spectator group. Because we are not taking action. But number one reason is to barely make any decision. Don't even take the simple decisions, even like what to eat or maybe which movie to watch, whether to watch it or not. We struggle with simple decisions also. So it is a sign of weak decision. Second reason is you're afraid to make wrong decisions. The third reason is when you decide, but you make it a loose decision. Like if you decide I'll go to gym, but you never follow through. So that's a loose decision. And the fourth one is you don't decide because you don't know how you will get it done. Now, I'll encourage each one of you to see these four reasons and check which one of this is stopping you from reaching your goals in life. Anybody would like to share? Which reason are you struggling with? Or it can be all of them also. It can be all of them too. Online members, there are four reasons why you struggle with decision making. So if you can figure out which one are you struggling with the most? Anybody would like to share? Yes, Aman. You're afraid. I'll talk to you about this when I explain this. Anybody? Yeah.
Because I think that I have a limited time, I will make something as a.
Oh, that is, you're scared of making up. Any online member would like to share?
Yes. The second reason which I will prefer because afraid of making wrong decision.
Right. Most of us are afraid of making wrong decisions. So now let's yeah, please.
What is the time to decide what we have?
Correct. Absolutely. Now I'm recovering all of this. So let's figure out how we can handle each one of them. The first one, those who think that the first one is the problem, the first reason, what you can take, what you can do is start by, let's say if you have to take out your shirt, just pick up in 10 seconds. All right. And if you want to decide for which movie to watch on Netflix, just give yourself 20 seconds. Otherwise, turn off the TV. Because what we feel is we endlessly scroll the television and we feel it is harmless and we end up watching nothing. But it is training your muscle of empathy. Because when you don't train your decision making, you're training your mind to get indecisive, right? Because when you're not training to get healthy, you're not training to eat healthy, you're getting unhealthy, correct? If you're not training to, let's say, rich, you're staying poor or where you are. So it is always good to challenge yourself by taking small decisions and giving yourself targets and moving on so that you can build your decision making. Now coming to the second point, which most of us which got the most votes today. You are afraid of making wrong decisions. Now just tell me one thing. What will happen if you make a wrong decision? All right, just tell me. Can we avoid mistakes and failures? We cannot avoid mistakes and failures. True. So why to put failure on pedestal? We know that it's a part of our growth, part of our journey. Then why we are scared of failure? What we can do is we can ask us what will happen if I will fail. Now, yeah, John, Toastmaster John, you were afraid of making wrong decisions. Just tell me what will happen if you fail.
That's it. Not afraid of the decision, but just because of time limits or the time management, I feel that the things will be messed up and it will be ultimately the failure for me for the decision.
things will mess up. But think about it. If you don't take a decision, it's a very important thing in your life. If you're not taking a decision in that respect, then things will mess up on its own. Because we have not tackled that problem. Correct. Most people say that we may feel embarrassed. Most people say we might lose money if we start a business. Yes. Exactly. We do overthink and we think about the consequences. Now, what we can do is we can handle them by thinking about. Let's say if I think stage, if not perform well, not perform well, I get embarrassed. You get embarrassed sitting there also. If I say something to you, Toastmaster Bhavani, to make you embarrassed, you get embarrassed. So what's the point of not improving? If you think that you will invest money in your business and you lose the money, then think about it. You must have lost money to your friends, family, doctors, or an accident. Right? So losing money can happen anywhere. Correct? So why do you think that we will lose money if we make some big decision in our life? Correct? But in all these cases, what we can think is we can imagine the worst case scenario. Just imagine the worst case scenario. Or I will give you one business example. So I'll take that with me. The worst case scenario, I will lose a lot of money. What will happen? I have my family to support. I have my husband. I have room for my head. I work in a job. So there are so many things that we can think about the worst case scenario, and then last, what we can say is, so what? So what? We can always move on because not taking decision is not a challenge. Challenge is actually missing potential opportunities. When we are not taking decisions, we are missing potential opportunities for our growth. So I would encourage each one of you to take a lot of decisions, fail, learn, and grow together. All right. So this is the second part of today's meeting. Now moving forward to the second section of our meeting, which is table topic. Table topic is impromptu speech session, wherein one of the member or guest will be invited on the stage and he will be given a random topic to speak on for 60 minutes. So today we have our table topic master as Toastmaster Deepak. So can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Deepak?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder. Let me start the timer. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And host, if you can grant me the permission to share my screen, please. Okay. Screen.
Aman, I've given the access.
Okay. So hopefully able to see my screen. For some reason it is coming in parts. Able to see my screen? Can somebody confirm?
Yes. Yes, we can. But there is a green line in between.
I am not sure what this green line is about. Maybe it is a green card. Okay, let's bear with it. Maybe some technical issue. I'm not sure. So in the end, Martin Luther King Jr. said, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. In life, when we are going through various situations, we have a choice. Either be a spectator, observe things, do nothing, think somebody else will do something, or we can do something. We can participate, not be mere audience. So today we have that opportunity in the form of table topics. Not to be a spectator, but come here and participate. The challenge for all of you is to use the word of the day. Don't be complacent. and stop sitting on the fence. Use these phrases in your speech, in your table topic speech. And this is just a reminder. Now, I would uh, invite an experienced Toastmaster first, and I will ensure that we have an equal participation both from the in-person people and as well as the online people. So given this is a hybrid meeting, remember you will have 1 minute max to speak, like minimum to speak, and 1.5 minute for the yellow card and 2 minutes for the red card. If we are in a group setting, just double the time depending on the number of people. That's a request for the timer. Okay. So if we have 2 people participating, so we'll have total 2 minutes for first speaker, 2 minutes for second speaker, 4 minutes total. Okay. And likewise, if we have increase in number of members. So who would like to go first? Let's have someone from in-person first. And so we will prefer an experienced Toastmaster who has not taken up any role in the meeting yet, or maybe a minor role, so that we have equal opportunity for everyone. Okay, we have Toastmaster Anmol. Let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, Toastmaster Anmol, how are you today? Good. All right, that's nice. So let's start with your scenario. Now, you are in a town hall meeting of your company, and the CEO is standing on the stage. He has asked a question to all of the people in front of him. You are one of the audience member. There is total silence. Nobody is speaking. Nobody has the courage. Everyone is just a spectator. But today you are a leader. You're the only one who will break the ice and address the question that the CEO has asked you. So over to you.
CEO, Aman, what question did you ask? Okay, my question was, how can we once the growth that we have for the next one? If we talk about growth in economic terms, I believe, and I'm addressing to you, Mr. CEO, and all of my fellow colleagues, instead of focusing on growth, because growth economically is just a quantitative factor. Instead, what I think that our company should focus on is development. Development, if you compare it with growth, is about realizing all of our potentials and improving the overall quality of life for our company and for our users. Mr. CEO, as you must have been knowing, that the performance of our company is not been up to the mark. We have had fierce competition from many other companies and clubs, and we have had people mocking us. We have had people who have been leaving as part of our user group. If we have to think on broader terms, I think we should, instead of outsourcing anything and everything and just being a spectator of our own and just sitting on the fence, I think what we should focus on is self-sufficiency. Because right now, the key problem of our company is that we just outsource anything and everything, be it our raw materials, be it our talents. And if we truly want to make our company and our country a global powerhouse, we have to believe that yes, we are the ones who will not be just sitting on the benches and waiting for things to come. We are the ones who will make these changes and who will not only make our company the best, but also our country. Over to you, my
Thank you.
Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anmol. You acted as a leader today, and hopefully the CEO gives you the next promotion soon. And now, coming to a duo scenario. So we'll have one person from online one person in person. So can somebody from online who has not taken any role yet or come up? Maybe it can be a guest. So guest Pratik, would you like to go? And someone in person and a guest from in person, if they can come up, it would be an easy scenario. It would be fun.
Shraddha raised her hand.
Did Shraddha?
Our
Shweta. Okay.
Shraddha raised her hand.
Okay, Shraddha. Let's have Shraddha, Toastmaster Shraddha, and guest Shweta, I believe. Your name, Shweta, is it? Okay, guest Shweta and Toastmaster Shraddha. You both are the captain. So Toastmaster Shraddha is the captain. She is the leader. And to guest Shweta, she is the crew member. And there, all the remaining people are part of the spaceship. You are going in a space flight, and there is suddenly oxygen leak. Okay, and you are running short of oxygen. Now everyone is scared whether they will live or die. But then you are the leaders. You are no longer a spectator. So Shweta, as a expert engineer, as well as Shraddha as the captain, how will you solve the problem? Back to you.
Hey, Shweta, it's an emergency. There's an oxygen leak in the spaceship. How can we convey that to our passengers? And it's very I'm getting nervous what to do.
Think we need to fix it first, because if we just tell the passengers, they'll panic, and unnecessarily we will not be able to fix it with their panic. We have to manage their panic and we have to fix the problem. So first of all, we should think about fixing the problem. Let's find out a solution. We have an engineer on board. Let's call him and let's find out what we can do to fix the oxygen problem.
Yeah, can you check that on what is going on? Where is the problem so that we can convey that effectively to the passengers?
Actually, the oxygen is leaking from the shaft and it is coming into the chamber. We need to have a mechanism to fix it, to stop it first, so that we can proceed and tell the passengers about their safety.
And
Then we
how
have
much
a
time?
mechanism.
And how much time do you think it will take?
I think it will take half an hour.
Sure, great. Let's convey that to our passengers. I will speak as the captain, and then you will also speak. Go to different places in the seating positions of everyone and ensure that they are calm and they are not panicking. Can we do that? Are you aligned? Okay, so passengers, good morning. Hi, Toastmasters and guests. I hope you are enjoying your ride to this amazing uh, planet that we are going to. But there is a minor problem that we are facing. Please hold your seatbelts and don't panic. There is a leak in oxygen. But you know what helps us live apart from oxygen? It's the willingness to live. It's the willingness to survive and be calm. So I request you all to bear with all of us and help us reach there alive. Because if we panic, we might die, right? The oxygen will be fixed in half an hour. So all the best. And thank you all for cooperating. Toastmaster Shweta, can you also go and check on the passengers, please?
Yes, yes. Hello everyone, I'm Shweta. I'm your crew member. I would just like to convey that there's nothing to panic about. There's some minor leakage in the oxygen valve. We are working on this. You need not panic. You just have to sit on your seats and please don't stand. Please don't panic. It's just a minor leak. It will just take a few minutes. You can just relax, have some water, and please don't let your children run away here and there, please. It's a request to all of you. Thank you so much for your patience and trust on us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll also provide you with some camphor. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Captain Shraddha and the crew member Shweta. I think we should have such crew members and captains in every spaceship that will go on next planet we are aiming for. I loved how you didn't sit on the fence and not being complacent. You both tried to calm everyone. So that's nice approach to solve a problem, not panic. Now, who would like to go next? We'll require 3 people. And
Tisha has raised her hand.
So Toastmaster Trish. We require 2 people, 2 more people. Toastmaster Trisha is one. 2 more people we require.
I've
Yeah, yeah.
also raised my hand.
Okay. Let's give priority to people who have not taken up any role, right? You're okay, Toastmaster Laksh. Okay. So may I know the guest name, please?
Nikunj.
Guest Nikunj. All right. So guest Nikunj, welcome. Toastmaster Aman, you are not both in the frame. Can you be like guest Nikunj? Can you come in the frame? Yes. That's great. Now Toastmaster Twisha and guest Nikunj and Toastmaster Aman, you have a crisis. Okay. You are part of a big company. Now Toastmaster Twisha is the PR officer. She is supposed to inform the public about the disaster. And Toastmaster Aman is the chief. He's the chief executive officer. And guest Nikunj is the data specialist who has identified the disaster. Okay. So something has gone wrong in your company. Now you need to inform all the public and decide how you will and go ahead. Over to you.
Hey Nikunj, I heard there is a disaster. What happened?
Your voice is
We
not
can't
audible.
hear them.
Can you come closer to the table, please? Yeah. Still not audible. You're speaking on mute, miming. Can we check the mic settings, please? Mic. We are not able to hear you. Guess Nikunj. Not able. Yeah, I can hear you. He's very, very soft spoken, guest Nikunj. Can you be a little louder? Still not able to hear.
Okay. Can you tell me how much is this sum? I would like to know in greater detail and what we are doing about it at the moment, and how are we going to let our employees and rest of the world know that we have in the middle of this turmoil.
So our strategy, our current strategy, has been therefore they are trying to counter us and in some way, shape, or form help us. So we may or may not be.
But we have already patented that idea, and how can they just copy it? And first of all, tell me, how did it leak from our confidential data? I believe
Aman,
that
can you give me a brief idea what's going on?
even I got to know about this very moment. I am also trying to figure out, and I am really upset of what is happening. It seems like most of our employees have been very complacent as far as the work is concerned, and they have been sitting on the fence when they should have been proactive. I would also like to know from your end, where were you when this all was happening? I'm so sorry.
Well, I was not well. I took a leave. So, can you please guide me through what has happened? S- I heard that everyone is sitting on the bench. May I know the reason why?
I saw your Instagram photos. You were in Hawaii last month. I didn't know that you were on sick leave. I hope you are doing better now. But unfortunately, the company is not doing.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you please repeat? Your both are not audible properly.
Speak a little louder.
I can't hear you both. Can you speak a bit louder?
Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. We are having issues in this live conference that we are having with our VR.
might be some of ours.
Are we under cyber attack? I'm afraid.
I I have no idea. I am computer data scientist. I do not. So we might have to get one of our substitutes.
Okay, okay. And
I'm
can we
still
have
not
cyber?
getting what is the core issue over here. Can any of you mail me what is happening right now?
We are still in the process of figuring it out. And I also got to know that our cyber
You are
security
figuring it out, but I don't know what is happening. What is the core issue?
breach, we have been under attack by our computer company. They have taken our ideas and they are going live in the market with our ideas and saying that it is their own. I hope now you are on board. What is the issue?
Well, that is a very serious issue. I think we need to file a cyber report.
Definitely, we'll have to file a FIR for this. And also, I'm concerned that I got to know a cybersecurity expert that we are having is an intern in our organization. How can that be possible? How can we give the entire responsibility of such a big MNC to an intern?
What about
Definitely, we'll have
the other employees?
you are saying something.
What about the other employees who are there in our company?
Hold
I
on
think
a second. CyberSec is here.
So I think we are about time. So thank you, Toastmaster Aman, guest Nikunj, and Toastmaster Twisha. That was fun. All right. While we sort the issue of machine, hopefully it gets sorted in few minutes. I'm conscious we are
Can you
overrunning
hear
of time.
now? Fine enough?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Yeah, so we can just use this. Yeah, sure, we can. Can you increase the volume? Keep it at max. Can you speak something?
Yes. Are we audible?
Yes,
Am I
yes.
audible?
Yes,
Good.
yes. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aman and guest Nikun and Toastmaster Tisha. That was fun, and hope we communicate to the shareholders and the public that everything is under control. Thank you for not being a spectator today, but participating. I heard a recent quote from Oscar Wilde. She mentioned that life is a stage, and only the characters in our life are all scattered. So it is our responsibility. Now, this is what I am telling, not Oscar Wilde. If life is if life is a stage and all the characters are misplaced, how do we make them in place? We need a leader, right? Not being a spectator. So don't be complacent in your life and take the charge in your hand. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. What a remarkable session we have for favorite topic. Now, can we have polls for best table topic speaker? Are the
It's in
polls?
the guest group, and it's request to everyone just to vote for the best table topic speaker.
Yes, please vote for your best table topic speaker. Now that the system has been changed, will I be? No? I don't mind. Because I think
Then this one? Oh, yeah, yeah.
using the arrow for this one to mid of the session.
Guys, just give us 30 seconds.
Have we voted for our favorite table topic speaker? Great. We'll begin in few seconds. Just fixing the.
This one, you want to open?
No, next.
The other one?
For now, this one and in few minutes.
We'll help you, don't worry. Guys, I need the permission for screen sharing. Can anyone give me that?
Shared,
Yeah.
shared with you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're good to go.
Great. Now we are at the third section of our today's theme, Spectator syndrome. And we all are aware what spectator syndrome is and what are the reasons we are being on the spectator zone. So two of the reasons we already have covered. Now coming to the third one. Even when you decide it is a loose promise, you're not making a commitment and it's a loose promise that you make. So how I tackle this problem of loose promise, I make sure that I don't make a loose promise. To handle this, what I do is every week when I get the opportunity of taking role in Toastmaster, I grab the most challenging role, TMOD or the speaker's role, without even knowing what will I speak, without deciding on the topic. This makes me feel accountable to all of you, all of the Toastmasters. Then I ensure that I prepare very hard and deliver good session. And though this makes me nervous, but I'll keep working on it because I am answerable to my Toastmaster community. So in this way, we can not make a loose promise. And this I learned from one of my mentors. He is a life coach. And what he used to do, he used to make announcement for launching 30 days or 45 days online challenge by sending 500 to 1,000 emails to people. And that way, he felt accountable to all those people. And he made sure that he prepared well and he launched each and every challenge in time. Another way what you can do is, let's say, if you have to plan for a fitness journey and you always think that you go to the gym from tomorrow and you end up sleeping every day. I had made a WhatsApp group with one of my friends and both of us are accountable to each other. Whenever I complete my walk and I walk done, whenever she goes to gym, she says gym done. So in this way, you can avoid making loose promises and you can remain committed to your goal. I hope this works for everybody, right? This is the solution. Now moving to the fourth part. You don't decide because you don't know how you will get it done. Now, this is very important term. When you are clear on your why, how shows up. Correct? I am clear on my why. I want to help people become their better self. That's why I am a life coach. I was clear on my why I wanted to join Toastmasters. So I was clear on my why because I wanted to improve my public speaking skills. So next step, the immediate step appeared, applying for joining the Toastmaster. The second immediate step was attending the meeting. The third immediate step was people were encouraging us to take roles, then taking up the small roles. Then next immediate step was maybe challenging yourself for taking speech. Then next immediate step was maybe do a teamwork session. So there is always a immediate step. So if you think that you don't know how you'll do it, trust me, you'll figure it out. The immediate step is always there. You can take the next step. The next step appears. And who knows, after the fifth step, you see the 20 steps altogether. But the tyranny of how is that we want the whole staircase in front of us, which is a trap. And I would encourage each one of you to don't fall into it. Just take one step, just decide what you want to do. And your why should be strong enough to pull you towards that direction. So in the end, I would like to tell you that we always encourage and applaud our leaders, our heroes, when they win. But when we come at home, we don't take any action towards our own growth. We always consume content like candy floss, which is sweet at the moment and then empty at the end. And we always think that this is my dream, I want to achieve this and that, but we do not take opportunities in that direction and we keep losing them. The one and only solution to that is keep making more decisions. Make decisions fast, fail through them, make more decisions, learn through them, and grow. Because growth is only the answer. And soon you will be there sooner than you think. Thank you. This was from my side on the topic of spectator syndrome. I am sure now we all are aware of what spectator syndrome is. And I'm hoping that all of us will work in every area of our life to make it better. Is that a promise from everybody? Great, great. Now, we have come to the last session of the meeting, and this is the evaluation session. So, to conduct the evaluation session, I would like to invite the general evaluator of our meeting, Toastmaster Laksh. Toastmaster Laksh on stage, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajinder. That was a great session on, as you acted as the Toastmaster of the day. The topic was amazing, the spectator syndrome. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Now, Toastmasters and guests will be starting with the third segment of our Toastmasters meeting, which is the evaluations part. And I'll be conducting this session. So, starting with, we'll first have the evaluations for the prepared speeches. So, the first speaker was Toastmaster Sangeeta, and her evaluator was Toastmaster Bhavani, who will be giving her report now. Toastmaster Bhavani, please come up on the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, when people ask what you want to become, as soon as Sangeeta asked that question, we all started thinking, okay, as a 5-year-old, what we wanted to become, right? It was an intriguing question, and we all started thinking, as a child, what we wanted to become. So, she started very nicely, I would say. Then asking us to close our eyes immediately, she captured the attention of everyone, I think. And we were able to, think the same thing in our mind. Your gestures were on point. I really liked the way you used your hand gestures. But I felt a few pauses here and there would have helped. I also appreciate how you took through your childhood dreams and reminded us as a children, we naturally are curious. And we want to know what's going on. We had that curiosity as a child. But as we become adults, we stop that curiosity. It was a good reminder for each one of us, I would say. And as children, we don't give excuses. We just do it. We don't think. It was good for us to, actually think about what we are doing and how we can improve. Overall, I felt it was a well-structured and inspiring speech, and you had a clear purpose and a meaningful takeaway. I think that's all from me, and over to you, Chris. Over to you, Laksh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavani. That was a great report. Up next, we have Toastmaster Namra, who evaluated Toastmaster Pooja's speech. So, can we have Toastmaster Namra on the stage?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Laksh, for calling me up on the stage. Test your limit. That was an amazing speech given by my test speaker, Toastmaster Pooja. But before evaluating your speech, Toastmaster Pooja, I like to share something with you, with members and the guest. I still remember my own icebreaker speech. I was extremely nervous. My heart was racing and my hands were trembling like this. And I kept wondering, will I able to finish my speech? But what made the difference was my Toastmaster family. Every member encouraged me and believed in me, but especially Toastmaster Bhavani, who was the Toastmaster of the day. She could sense how nervous I was. And without saying a single word, she kept comforting me through her reassuring smile and eye contact with me. That smile and courage gave me the confidence to continue till today. And that's the beauty of Toastmaster. We don't expect perfection, we celebrate courage. And the most important thing between you and me is that we step out from our comfort zone, stood in front of audience and had the courage to share our stories. That first step is always the harder, but you have already taken it. Kudos to you. Now come up to your speech. You begin by talking about your 18-year-old son, which immediately captured attention and created a personal connection with the audience. You then shared your Toastmaster journey and beautifully described the positivity environment, supportive culture, and encouragement that our club provides. I especially enjoyed your story about your solo trip to Kochi. You honestly shared your initial nervousness, wondering how how you would manage everything on your own, from packing your bags to booking your hotel. As the story progressed, we could clearly see your transformation. What started as fearly became confident and independent. Your experience of exploring new city, meeting with new people, and embracing a different culture perfectly reflect the theme. Test your limits. You conclude with a meaningful quote, reminding us not to fear being alone, leaving us with an inspiring message. Some recommendations. Your content was engaging, but adding more vocal variation would make the emotional moment even more powerful. For example, before starting the journey, I feel challenging, but when I start my journey, I feel confident and independent. Like this. Using notes is absolutely fine for an icebreaker. As you become more comfortable, try to depend on less um, on less using your notes so you can maintain strong eye contact with the audience. Also, use more powerful gesture and body language to bring your story more powerful. Finally, working on transition between I like say different part of your speeches like a smoother so that it feels like complete flowing story. Otherwise, your speech was amazing. I literally like your speech. You have already, what would I say, crossed the biggest milestone by standing on this stage. Thank you, and back to the journal evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Namra. That was a very detailed report. I really liked it. Thank you for that. Now, up next, we have Toastmaster Tanishq, who was the evaluator of Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Tanishq, please come on the stage and please stay close to the table so that us online participants can hear you properly.
Am I audible, Toastmaster Laksh?
Yeah, yeah.
Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Under over deliver. My target speaker efficiently used repetition through the rule of three by repeating the phrase under promise, over deliver 3 times, making key message memorable and emphasizing its importance. His stage movements were on point. His body gesture were in excel. His voice modulation were on point, and there were clarity in his speech. Everyone he could engage everyone by giving some of the punchlines in between his speeches. Coming to the audience awareness, he could engage the audience, and he actually knows the need of the audience because his pathway is the engaging humor. Giving some punchlines and giving some jokes, his ranting about her manager is I can really feel Toastmaster Deepak. We talked about his corporate life 2 to 3 times, and he doesn't stop. Ranting about her manager, his manager. And coming to his topic was he shared his personal experience in his corporate life and told about how he became the president of how ranting about his manager. And there, as Toastmaster Deepak is one of the finest speaker in Witness Toastmasters, he is one of the most difficult person to evaluate. But I'm Toastmaster Tanish. So here's the recommendation. A few hesitation was slightly affected the flow of your speech. Toastmaster, I have confirmed with Toastmaster Subodh that there were some filler words and filler sounds in between your speech. Try using some purposeful pauses, the right pauses at the right time. They project confidence, give the audience time to absorb the message and make key points more impactful. Over to you, Toastmaster Laksh.
Just a second. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanish. That was the end of our part one of the evaluation segment, which was the evaluation of the prepared speeches. So up next, as I mentioned in the start of the meeting, I have my team, the Tag and L team, who will be coming with the report of the entire meeting. So we had different roles. So starting with, we'll start with our counter, Toastmaster Subodh.
Hi everyone. I listen very carefully all speeches and all speakers. There are some filler words used like and repeating word. So here is the report. Toastmaster Rajinder used one time and 2 time repeated word, and Toastmaster Shireen used one time repeated word, and Toastmaster Namra used 2 time and Tanishq used 4 time and 2 time repeated word. Toastmaster Deepak used one time repeated word. Toastmaster Bhavani used 4 time words, filler words. Toastmaster Johnny used 4 time filler words. Toastmaster Aman used 2 time filler words. Pooja used Toastmaster Pooja used 2 time filler words and 1 time repeated word. And myself use 4 time and 3 time repeated word. So here is the report. Thanks. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Subodh. Up next, we have the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Aman.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I present my report, we are going to do a small activity, one exercise. I want all of you to repeat the word of the day and idiom of the day when I say, just hold on for a second. So the word of the day was complacent, and we can break it into 3 parts like calm, play, and the silent. Yeah. So it's easier to remember. And the idiom of the day was, can anyone tell me the idiom of the day? Sitting on the fence. You can also say the sitting on bench, which Anmol used once in his speech. So related to benching that we do in the corporate world, not in relationship. So it becomes easier to remember. So can we say complacence, complacence, and complacence 3 times? Sitting on the fence, sitting on the fence, sitting on the fence. Okay. Now I'll begin my report. Now I'll start with some of the good uses of grammar or the words and the phrases. Starting with Toastmaster Pooja used a phrase, beautiful phrase, I would say. I came back with not photographs but memories. That was well done. Toastmaster Rajinder, she used lead by example. Toastmaster Deepak, such a beautiful words you have used in your prepared speeches, such as stumbling around, which means struggling, making mistakes. It has both physical and metaphoric meaning. Micromanagement. Then there was one phrase used, the silence was deafening. It is oxymoron. Now, oxymoron is like 2 words which are contradictory in nature. For example, happy Monday and infuriating, which I really love when you gave emphasis on the word. It was very good, and under promise, over deliver, your phrase. Now, Toastmaster Rajinder used the word pedestal, which means something at higher position. Then again, she used challenge is the missed potential opportunity. Toastmaster Deepak and Toastmaster Shraddha use let's bear with it, which means let's tolerate it. And I really love the quote that was by Martin Luther King, used by Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Anmol used few really good words like fears, mocking, outsourcing. Our guests also use some really mechanical engineering terminologies such as ball, shaft, chamber, mechanism. That was a job well done. And Toastmaster Namra used few words like trembling, which means shaking, and reassurance, which is also very important in life. Now, coming to some of the not so good uses, was one of the speakers said, "Our club is ours club is hybrid club." It should have been our club is hybrid club. And another speaker said, he start his journey with one instrument. It should have been he started his journey with one instrument. And also one of the evaluators said as a evaluator. Here it should have been as an evaluator. It is an indefinite article. When we have the sounds of vowels like A, E, I, O, U, we have to use the article as an and not as a. And another mistake that I found was I go for solo trip. It should have been I went for a solo trip. I was on a solo trip, depending on the context. And when coming to the word of the days and the idiom of the days, Toastmaster Deepak, thank you so much for using it, overusing it, so that all of us can remember it. I know all of us used it at least for 3 times, but Toastmaster Deepak used it for 5 times. The word of the day, complacent, and the idiom of the day for 4 times. And I myself used it once. The word of the day and idiom of the day. Toastmaster Anmol used the idiom of the day twice, And that's my report, and that's my time's up. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aman. To upcoming speakers, I would like to mention that please adhere to the time. We're already running over time. It's already 1:25. So please adhere to the time when the timer shows you the red card. Up next, we have Toastmaster Yuvraj, who will be giving his listener report.
So thank you, Toastmaster Lux. Now it's my time to ask the questions about the overall meeting. First question I will ask from the offline members. There was a guest named Manjari. She was from which city?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Coimbatore.
Right answer, Toastmaster Sangeeta. My second question, Toastmaster Lux mentioned there is a bridge between evaluation and dash. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Any clues? Any hints?
Any clue, any hint offline members are asking because they don't know the answer.
The last answer was there was a bridge between the evaluation and the speech when he was mentioning Lux.
Thank you.
So one more. So the next question is, it is from Toastmaster Sangeeta's speech that when everybody was planning that what Toastmaster Sangeeta should be, at what was the age of Toastmaster Sangeeta?
Five.
Right answer.
5.
One more. Another question from her speech. Life is not about success and achievements. It's about dash. Open to both offline and online.
I guess dreams.
So it's about staying yourself. Right, Toastmaster Sangeeta? It's not about achievements and success. It's about staying yourself. Thank you very much. Now, I will ask more questions. Timer, how much time I have for asking the questions?
No, it's over.
Now time is over.
Yes.
So thank you. Now I'm done with my report. Now I would like to hand over to G.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yuvraj. The last speaker, the last evaluator, we have Toastmaster Johnny, who acted as the timer for today's meeting.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? So, Toastmaster Rajinder, in all the three sessions, in the first session you took 5 minutes 25 seconds, second session you took 7 minutes 50 seconds, third session you took 5 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmaster Subodh, introduction 40 seconds and the report 1 minute 7 seconds. Toastmaster Aman, introduction 2 minutes and report 4 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Yuvraj, introduction 40 seconds and the report 2 minutes 14 seconds. General evaluator, Toastmaster Laksh, you completed within a time. Evaluations, Toastmaster Bhavani, introduction 1 minute 30 seconds and the report 2 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Namra, introduction 55 seconds and the report 4 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Tanish, introduction 45 seconds, report 2 minutes 39 seconds. Prepared speeches, Toastmaster Sangeeta, 6 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Pooja, 4 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak, 6 minutes 37 seconds. Table topic speaker, Toastmaster Anmol, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Shraddha and guest Shweta took 3 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Aman, guest Nikunj, Toastmaster Prisha took 4 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Johnny took 1 minute 41 seconds to complete the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Johnny, and to all the evaluators. So first of all, I would like to ask the tech master to share the poll on the group for the best auxiliary role there.
The polls for the best auxiliary role players, it's in a guest group. Please vote for the best auxiliary role players.
The time is up.
One thing I would like to ask, should we ask for the feedback from the guests right now or after the general evaluation?
After the G.
After the G, okay. So I'll start with my report. I'll time myself. So good afternoon once again to all the Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Laksh Kidran and I have come here with my general evaluation of the entire meeting. First of all, I would like to give a short disclaimer. Now I'll be acting as both the good cop and the bad cop. And being the youngest, being one of the youngest, it feels a little overwhelming to be the bad cop, but all of us know that's what the role demands from us. So pardon me on that. But yeah, first of all, I would like to say that the meeting was very well organized, it was managed well, and it was engaging and reflected the true spirit of the Toastmasters. Now, coming back to the evaluation part, the meeting started on time, and Toastmaster Rajinder, who was the star of the meeting, also started with a smile. But one thing I would like to mention, in the last meeting also we had mentioned that it's better if SAR learns up the speech, learns up the script that she is given, and so that she's the first speaker, so should radiates a positive energy that it's learned by heart. It's okay, it was your second time, but please don't make it a habit. And after that, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Shireen, started with a positive smile, which radiated positive energy, in fact. And she also narrated a story in the beginning of her speech. After that, guests were invited to give their introduction both offline and online, and they were welcomed very well. Up next, we had Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Rajinder, and her topic was very nice, spectator syndrome. And it was a topic which we can all find relatable, and all of us know that almost every one of us find it difficult to take decisions in different parts of our life, and we are always preoccupied with the thought that whether this decision will be good or bad in the future or not. And you had also made a PPT which shows that you had prepared early for this role. Kudos to you. And you kept on asking questions also to the audience members as well, so which kept the audience members inclusive. And you also gave examples, and your have movements were on point. All the evaluators did their job well when they came up for the introduction. But special mention to Toastmaster Aman, as he also shared the word and the idiom of the day in the online platform as well. He shared the screen. So that was very nice. Coming to the prepared speeches, the first speaker was Toastmaster Sangeeta, aka as she called her, Sharmaji's daughter. We can all see the Sharmaji's daughter skills on her and the capabilities of her. Her expressions were incredible. Hand movements were structured. And she also gave us a nostalgia of us being a kid again. It has not been long since I was a kid, but still I got a nostalgia, and I can imagine how much it have been to all of you. And she also shared a great message. And also there were structured pauses. The speech was well learned, and the speech had a great flow. Coming to Toastmaster Pooja, she started with a smile. It was her icebreaker speech, and I think all of us can see her as an emerging speaker in the future. Though you came with a script, that was okay. All of us came with a script in our icebreaker speech, and you came, you started well. You looked to your script in between, but that's all right. That's how we learn. And you were also moving your hands, which is very well appreciated. You did all these in your first speech. That is very appreciated. And you also gave a message. So kudos to you on that, and more power to you. We all of us know that you'll be giving greater speeches in the future. Now the third speaker, Toastmaster Deepak. I was sitting in on my chair, and all of a sudden he just spoke, and with such great energy, like incredible energy, and those hand movements of Shah Rukh Khan King's this movement, that was great. Your body movement, your hand movement, and even you stood when you were present online. Your voice modulation was very on point. And also, I would like to mention great usage of excellent vocabulary. As Toastmaster Aman also mentioned, you kept on using the word and the idiom of the day. And apart from that, you also mentioned many great words, which I have noted down. And you kept on mentioning that phrase, under promise and over delivered. Let me tell you that you really over delivered your speech. It was a very nice speech. And you also gave a shlok at the end of your speech. That was very good. Now, coming to the table topic session. Now, again, coming to Toastmaster Deepak, you started with a great quote by Martin Luther King. And you also presented the plan where you listed all those things that you want online and offline members both to come and when to come. Your topics were really nice. It enabled the speakers to really think and give creative ideas. And everyone was given equal chance, both online and offline. And also, you had taken large number of members and even guests to come up, because you had three speakers for one topic, two speakers for one topic. So that gave a lot of members chance. Now coming to the evaluations part, our first evaluator was Toastmaster Bhavani, who evaluated Toastmaster Sangeeta. But before evaluating her, I would like to mention that when the evaluators come for the prepared speeches, you should refer to your evaluation speaker that they are your target speaker. You should not take the name like she was the speaker. You should say that my Toastmaster Sangeeta, who was my target speaker. So that is appreciated. Toastmaster Bhavani, your voice was very clear. You made eye contact with online and offline both, and you very well portrayed the speech of Toastmaster Sangeeta, and it was good. And I found that there were very less recommendations in your evaluation, but I know that it is very difficult to evaluate Toastmaster Sangeeta as her speech was flawless. Now, coming to Toastmaster Namra, she shared her own story, and we could all relate with that. You encouraged Toastmaster Bhavani, Toastmaster Pooja, as it was her icebreaker speech, and when you shared your own story, we could all relate that how we were when we gave our icebreaker speech. And nice, the points were really nice. It was listed very well, and you also gave an example in your recommendations part. Now coming to Toastmaster Tanishq, who was the evaluator of Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Tanish started with using the phrase that Toastmaster Deepak continuously repeated, like under promise and over delivered. Then Toastmaster Tanish again said under promise and over delivered. And then the third time, he expected all of us to continue with him under promise and over delivered. So that was very great. And as you told that it is very difficult to evaluate Toastmaster Deepak, I can surely agree to that. And one thing I noticed that you gave the recommendations, you gave the recommendations, but you ended your evaluations with the recommendations only. You should have used CRC approach, recommendations, and then again commendations, so that your evaluations end on a good point. Now coming to Toastmaster Shubodh. You could have started with a phrase. One thing I would like to mention that at the end, we are all speakers and we are not just reporters. We are not here to give a banal report, right? You can become a better speaker when you start saying impromptu. है ना? So you could have used with a phrase, or you could have done something instead of just presenting a report. And the last time I had mentioned that you did not use Toastmaster before taking anyone's name, but this time you used. So kudos on that. You have improved yourself. And at the end, you also evaluated yourself. Now, coming to Toastmaster Aman, who was the grammarian of the today's meeting. Nice activity. You also used a prop. You had brought a scent, and your evaluation was very witty when you used the word benching, and you compared with office and relationship. That was very witty. And one recommendation I can give, that you would have printed the word and the idiom of the day and could have posted on the walls in the offline meeting. And you also defined oxymoron and used the example Happy Monday. One thing, Toastmaster Aman, I would like to mention is that you took a lot of time. Toastmaster Johnny he kept on showing you the red card, but you took a lot of time. Please adhere to the time from next on. I'm so sorry, Toastmaster Johnny. I'm also using a lot of time. I'm so sorry. I'll try to wrap it up. Toastmaster Yuvraj, you gave chance to both online and offline members. You kept different questions, and your questions were nice. It really tested us. Your questions were not direct, so everyone had to think before giving the answer. And Toastmaster Johnny, you listed all the timings properly. You kept on showing the red card. You are still showing me the red card. It was a detailed report. But like I told to Toastmaster Shubodh, you would have also done an activity or something before giving your report. Overall, the meeting was very good, very engaging, and everything went well. And yeah, this was from my side. And I think that now I can pass on the stage to Toastmaster Shireen, our presiding officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lach, for a wonderful general evaluation. Please give a huge round of applause. I will not ask you why. I will ask you, how do you like this session of Toastmaster of the day? How was it? Anyone who wants to give one word for this, one sentence? Anyone who want to share? I want guest Nikush to come here and give your feedback about the meeting. Please.
I believe that this meeting was very productive. I found it very interesting with all the table topics and planned speeches. I really enjoyed Toastmaster Sanita's speech. And yeah, I believe that if I do get a chance to come back, I will be coming back for a third time, most likely. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time here. Well, thank you.
Now we have, please vote for the big role player. The rules on the guest room.
Yes.
Yes, I will call him. I will call her. Please vote for them. Big role player. Guest Shweta, can you come here and please give us your.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for this wonderful session. Honestly, I was not expecting it to be this good. It was my first experience. 2 days back, I've not heard about it. So I just read it and I just wanted to give it a shot. And it was a worthwhile of an experience. I really enjoyed listening to all of you. I've learned a lot from you all. It was very engaging session, very professional yet comforting. I would say I was not expecting that there would be timers, there would be flags. Initially, I was very puzzled. What is happening? Somebody's raising this flag, colored flags. I was not aware, but it was very well planned, structured. You were counting there was timer. You were evaluating also, and in the end, there was very constructive, very positive feedback. So I've learned a lot from all of you. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. Thank you.
Now we have results. So I would like to start with best speaker. Any guesses?
Very good.
Very difficult?
Should be a tie.
Should be tie.
All
All three, right. Congratulations, Pooja. Congratulations, Deepak. And congratulations, Sangeeta. Yes, you are right. All three speakers are excellent. But votes, one vote sometimes matters, right? Like this given, if we speak only for 1 minute or 7 minutes, every contribution counts. Like, so, any guesses? Yes, yes. Under promise, Deepak. Can anyone click picture? Toastmaster Shubhyan, Toastmaster, and Toastmaster Deepak, please.
Can you ask any in person, because then that will go in the post, right?
Yes, done. Okay, done. Thank you, Aman. Now it is time for the next best evaluator. Anyone? Any guesses? Bhavani, Toastmaster Bhavani. Thank you, Dutch. Taking pictures. Thank you. Congratulations. Now, next, big three role player. General evaluator, devil topic master, or team mode.
Team. This was the tough.
Yes, very tough. But Toastmaster Rajinder, please come forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Best auxiliary role player. Calm, listen. Calm, play, and congratulations. गलत तो नहीं दे दिया मैंने? Once again, you have to come here. That is why. Oh, best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Amar.
Thanks so much.
And now it is time for our most important, beautiful ritual. Please come forward and clicking the pictures. Maybe it's here. Please come here, Shweta. Go on.
I am clicking. Please,
Yes.
online participants, smile, please. In-person people can also smile. Say cheese. Cheese. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was a wonderful meeting. Thank you for attending. And thank you for the being host, Toastmaster Sangeeta. And with this, I attend the meeting.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.